Hello, this is week 5, P5, experience with my artist, which was Ted Mayer. And there's two parts to this. I want to talk about my experience and the Evan Frankel reading. So, my first part, my experience meeting with him. Um, I could say he was a very chill, friendly guy. When we got there, we introduced ourselves. So, it was me, Ashley, and Daniel. We talked about ourselves a little, and then we asked him personal questions like, is he married? How many children does he have? That sort of stuff. Um, and then we asked him 3 words to describe your work, 3 words that describe himself. What is your place in society? What inspires you? What else? Current work, future plans, that sort of stuff. And then he showed us around his place. And what really caught my attention in his place was he had a lot of colorful pictures and paintings and photographs on the wall. And his whole place was divided into sections. His early work, his photography work, Scars for Life work, and then other paintings. And so he showed us around. He started with his early life, and since childhood, he had a lot of health issues. So his major inspiration was his health issues, and there's these paintings of people in bones and curled up and sort of showing his health issues. And then also after that, he was in a healthy state, so he drew more vibrant and colorful pictures, and they were very neat to see. And also from there, he showed us his famous Scars for Life pieces, and he's known for that because media really likes these sort of pictures and attention, and like it's an easy story to write, and people really like to see that. So for this, he has a lot of people he worked with who are not in a healthy state, so maybe lost an arm, have brain cancer, a scar, and he drew their scars. Like I don't know how he did it, but like he did a picture of their scar. And what caught my attention to this artist, why I chose him, was because of this. And I thought how maybe by drawing their scars, he he was giving the idea how scars and this sort of stuff was still beautiful. That was my initial thoughts. But he does other things like design, painting, photography. He's a writer. Um, so these sort of things I didn't know about him until I went. Um, so he said he wants people to know him as the other stuff than rather than this, even though he enjoys doing those things. But he wants other people to enjoy him for his other things he works on. So we asked him about what would he like in his gallery, and we came up with an agreement how because his major influence was when he was a child and his health issues. So maybe have the in the beginning. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but in the entrance of the gallery, have people when they walk in see his childhood and how that inspires his other work he does, and maybe have that branch off into other things. So into photography, Scar for Life pieces, that sort of stuff. He said you'll like to see that. And then for the architecture, how it looked, he said it really didn't matter. He said he 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 wants us to work on that. So make it into what we want, I guess. But that's what he and our group agreed on. Um, what else? So I think that's it for my experience. I could say my whole experience going, it was interesting, fun. I never met an artist, so I was pretty happy to meet one. As so, I'm very grateful as well to have met an artist like him. But yeah, that's my experience. Moving on to the Emma Franco reading. So for this reading, I was reading it, and how Evan Frankel really are some crazy people, cause they're going. It was a joke. So this whole thing on Nike building like these things in a city was a joke, and I thought to myself like Evan Frankel must be really crazy, because Nike's a huge company, and they could really destroy them if they wanted to. Like they could ruin their lives, like because they have a huge power over almost anything. And what I think Evan Frankel were doing was to give, like, to open the eyes of people to see how big corporations are trying to take over the world and have huge influence on us, and how the media tries to like basically brainwash us with their advertisements, and how like they throw it on our faces, like because wherever we go we see advertisements. um so basically just open the eyes of people, because and like when they did, these people actually thought it was for real. Like for a moment they thought it was gonna actually happen, that their Nike was gonna create these things on their place, like on their city. And it shows how corporations like these really run our lives. But yeah, that was my thoughts on it. um Evan Franco crazy. Corporations trying to take the world over the world, which they basically do. Take for example McDonald's. They're huge corporations, and they have a huge influence on the potato industry, because they own so much of it, and because they buy so much potatoes. So they literally run the whole potato industry. And you could say this on other things as well, other corporations. But so yeah, that was my experience, and my Evan Franco reading. So goodbye.